So this morning, Arizona's 22nd governor took to Twitter asking God to watch over, protect, and heal the president and the first lady. We're joined now by former Governor Jan Brewer. Good morning, Governor. Thanks for joining us. I have to ask you, are you surprised by this news coming overnight?
Well, I was very concerned, but it was really good to learn that it was, mild symptoms. So I think we'll have to wait and see what direction we go with him in regards to this.
How do you think that this is going to impact his campaign? Because he has relied so heavily on these big rallies. He had 2 events scheduled here in Arizona next week. We believe those are probably going to have to be canceled. Do you think that this is going to impact his campaign at all?
I think that it probably will impact him because he likes the rallies and he likes campaigning. But, of course, I think that they will be able to move forward by virtual campaigns and virtual debates. And hopefully that will take place and we can move on with the election on November 3rd.
So even if he does that virtually, though, the president being sick, that really does go against the administration, their messaging that they've had about the coronavirus. I mean, a lot of people believe he's been very flip about the wearing a mask. You rarely see him wearing a mask. He's talked about the pandemic is almost over. He's praised his administration. How is he going to be able to come out of this and say, you know what, I got this, when he has the virus himself?
Well, I think this really relates to the fact that we now know for sure, absolutely, that the virus has no boundaries. The president lives in a bubble, and he has the best health care in the world, and they're tested regularly. And so, I mean, he was very well protected. Unfortunately, he got it, but he will overcome it, I'm sure. And I'm a strong believer in distancing, and I'm a strong believer in masks. But he lives in a different environment than most of us do.
Well, he does live in a different environment, and he's still got it. So how is he going to be able to come out of this and say, I have a handle on the country right now, when he himself has the virus and he does live in that bubble?
Well, I mean, he's going to handle the country to the best of his ability, and hopefully he has mild symptoms. There's procedures in place in order to continue the well-being of the United States of America. He's a strong, healthy person. So, I really, truly believe that he will move forward.
Do you believe he's done a good job on the coronavirus? You were very critical of Governor Ducey when he came out with his closures. You took to Twitter back then in July calling it half measures. Do you think the president has done a good job?
I think that the president has did what he thought was important, his message. He has all the information needed that he could make good decisions with. What I read and what I understood, I took it very, very seriously. And I believe that I'll say that we should take this very seriously, and we ought to social distance, and we ought to wear our mask, and we ought to wash our hands and be protective of not only for ourselves, but for the people that we come in contact with. But regardless of that, we know that history shows that no matter how safe and how good you are in regarding to following procedures, the virus can get through. It's very aggressive.
Cindy McCain just came out and she endorsed Joe Biden. How significant do you think that is?
Well, I think most people understand that Joe Biden and John McCain were very good friends, and they didn't always agree on subject matter, but they were friends. And so I think that Cindy stepped up and did what her heart told her to do, and that was to support a good friend of hers and John's. And, she's an American citizen. She can do what she wants to do. So
I want to talk about the mask debate. You have been a supporter of wearing a mask. In fact, you have tweeted out a picture of yourself wearing a mask. You've just said that you think masks are good. What would you tell Arizonans right now about wearing a mask?
Continue to be vigilant, be sure that you social distance, be sure you wear your mask. It's very, very important. The number one protection is the mask and washing your hands. We got to keep it up. We have to get this under control.
All right. Former Governor Jan Brewer joining us this morning. It is always a pleasure to talk to you, Governor.
Thank you.
Thank you.